I don't have any sound.
Welcome to the On Your Left
There it is.
podcast, brought to you by Trails of Mississippi, your ultimate guide to the thrilling world of trail running, hiking, and mountain biking. Join your host, Matt Klim,
That's
as
good.
we explore breathtaking trails, conquer challenging peaks, and dive into the adventures that await in the great outdoors. Get ready to lace up, gear up, and get inspired. Adventure is just around the corner. On your left.
All right, we're here, episode 23. It's been like a month. How long is it, Daniel? We haven't. This is the first episode we've had.
Bro, it's been like forever.
It was before Christmas.
Forever.
Well, okay, so the holidays happened.
Yeah.
We were going to have an episode sooner. I think, what are we, a week or two? Chris Mixon's in the house. I think we were supposed to have an episode last week.
Yeah.
Daniel got stuck in, where were you?
The Bahamas.
The Bahamas.
What a terrible
Daniel,
place to get stuck.
Daniel got stuck. So we were going to have an episode last Thursday, but you were having what? Deviated septum?
Yeah, I had my septum repaired on my nose.
Is that code for a nose job? Is that
No, I wish I would have less of a Jewish nose, but
There it is.
No, it was just my septum. He went in there, and you can add a rhinoplasty to that surgery if you want, but I don't care.
Is that where they do the balloon and like?
Yeah, there's
Oh,
there's two. What's the things called? The things that opens up your stents, 2 stents,
okay.
and I'll get those out on Wednesday.
So, were you having trouble like sleeping,
So much
snoring bad?
snoring, just breathing. I couldn't breathe out of my right nostril.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was a lot. It was a lot.
Was it outpatient?
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it was at Baptist.
And okay, are you starting to see the effects already, or feel the effects?
Yes and no. There's still like some kind of swelling and stuff, but
okay. Well, I'm curious about that.
yeah.
I need all the help I can get.
Yeah.
I see guys.
Does it
I
make
see
you
guys-
run faster?
Possibly.
Possibly. Well, I'm glad you're back. We're
Glad to
back.
be back.
This weekend was your boy is. I'm on the struggle bus, Daniel.
Oh yeah.
What
happened?
okay. So I went this weekend. Chris, I was going to tell you all about it too. This weekend a group of us went over to Huntsville, not Alabama, the other Huntsville, which is in Texas.
My cousins grew up in Huntsville.
I'm sorry,
Dude.
There's nothing.
Dude, I spent so much time there.
Did you really?
Yeah. My uncle was
Have you ever been there?
Never
Rocky Raccoon.
Yeah.
Okay.
We went to Rocky Raccoon.
Jordan had a
I
great day.
didn't know about this guy.
Yeah.
He came in second. Whoever this kid is.
He crushed it.
Okay, we never saw him. Well, I went with Josh Warren. I was
Okay.
crewing for Josh Warren, which you know.
Yeah.
It was me, Ben McDonald, and Bob Weinman.
Okay.
Josh was shooting for sub 24.
Okay.
Shout out to Josh. He came in 22:45 or something
Good
like
for
that.
him.
He probably could have gone
Good
faster.
for him.
He was having some GI issues and
So I
some foot issues.
shout out to Josh too. I still have a water bottle that we showed up to Pinhoti with Jake Russell, and we only out of everybody.
He gave you one on the fly, didn't he?
Everybody on the crew, Jake. We were having kind of a team meeting dinner the night before, and mid conversation, just random thought, Jake was like, "Oh, I forgot my soft flask."
Oh my!
And immediately I said, "Forgot mine too."
Oh.
And we had one pacer that brought 2 soft flasks, and Josh graciously gave us 2 flasks, and I still have one of them. So
Well,
I'll get it back to you, Josh.
myself personally, and most of the ultra runners that I know are so unorganized when it comes to like you think about all these things and you
Yeah.
show up and you don't have any of it.
Yeah.
Which that did happen a little bit this
You're
weekend.
trying to get out of town. You got work. You got all these different responsibilities.
Well,
It's like,
we had headlamp issues all weekend. Also, Catherine Snyder.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know
I do
Catherine.
know.
She was there. She ran, and her pacers were her son Aiden,
okay.
and then Jimmy Giles.
Yeah.
Jimmy Giles was
Yeah.
there. So I was there just to crew because Bob was going to run 30 miles and then Ben did the last 20. They handled all that fine.
Yeah.
But me training, my coach who has run that race a bunch, suggested, why don't you just go crew, but we're going to get some work in while we're there. So I had to run with weight. So
Okay.
right after the 100K started at 6 a.m. No, the 100 miles started at 6 a.m. The 100K started at 7. So it's a public park, so anybody can run. So I just took my pack with my weight, and I started right after the 100K. And I was scheduled to do 40 miles. And I did one lap, which is 20. And my feet started flaring up a little bit, and it was getting hot. And then I went back out and did like another 5. And I'm like, I'm just going to take a break for a while. So anyway, I just kind of hung out and helped crew and going back and forth. And so I was still logging a bunch. Well, it turned out Aiden, Catherine's son, was having knee issues. So they had audible. And also Catherine was struggling a little bit with some nausea and whatnot. So she was going to need a pacer sooner. So anyway, long story short, I crewed all night. I ran early in the morning, crewed all night. And then about 5:30 in the morning, I did the last 11 miles with her, which felt pretty good.
Yeah.
But for me, it was we talked about like Cocodona and doing multi-day events. It's not so much about just the speed. It's about just managing sleep deprivation and nutrition, all that. So anyway, I felt good about that. I'm wondering a lot of times what I'm doing, but that's fine. But it was a long weekend, didn't sleep at all for like 2 days. And then we got back last night. A couple hours after Josh got done, Josh and Catherine, we all hopped in the car and drove back from Huntsville, Texas, which was 6.5 hours. But shout out to Bob and Ben because they drove pretty much all of it. Great. And I didn't get back till late last night. And then it's weird for me after I do a long race or whatever, I'm up for a long time. You think you just go right to sleep and sleep for like make it all up. Not me. I mean, I went to bed last night like 9, got up at 6.
Yeah, that's how I am.
Yeah,
it was like the 200s that I was a part of this 2025. Finished the race on Saturday morning, get back to Jackson, and then I went to work on Sunday morning.
There it is.
And it's sort of a flex. You walk in church, you got people out because they've got a stuffy nose. You walk in because you hadn't slept for the last 25, 30 hours. And you're like, roll right into it.
Well, I imagine I'll probably gain some of that sleep back over, but today's been kind of, oof. And then also when I get done, I can't really eat. Like you think you just want to eat everything, but that's kind of like a delayed. So like now, like I'm starting to get a little, like I would imagine tonight's probably going to be a little ridiculous.
Probably need it.
Yeah.
Your body.
I mean, I guess.
Oh yeah. You need to be, the eating needs to be a job for you. Coming off of something like that, 40 miles plus being up all night.
Yeah.
Burn a lot of calories.
Well, it was a long weekend, but shout out to Catherine and then Josh, both of them. Catherine missed her PR by like 15 minutes. I think she could have done it, but it was hot.
Is it a loop? It's a loop course, right?
Yeah.
5 loops?
5 loops, exactly. Which, be honest with you,
pretty runnable.
Oh, very runnable. I'm telling you, bro.
Yeah,
you want to go. So people show up to that race to try to PR.
Yeah,
Josh, the whole thing is he wanted to go sub 24. I know some other people that have gone to that race just to see how fast they go.
Single track?
Not really. I mean, it's a lot of out and backs when you're going on these loops, but it's very runnable. I thought it was flatter, but we looked at it and I think it's like 60 foot. Per mile, so it's about 6,500 feet of gain, which is not like super flat, but it's pretty runnable. The only thing I noticed is that it was because of the dry conditions, it had a lot of sugar sand, so people were having foot issues. I started having foot issues. I showed up, like we said, kind of not thinking about it, so I didn't bring gaiters or anything in my feet. If I get anything in there, and I think Josh had some foot issues because I think after 60, we cleaned his feet up and lubed him up a little bit, but but it's a fast course, just like your buddy, the guy you were talking, Jordan.
Taylor,
I didn't even know about him. I think Cooper was texting Ben, and was telling me, this guy from here, and he came in second.
Yeah, I looked at it this morning.
What was his hour? What was his time?
Sub 16.
Yeah, like 15 hour,
15:40 something,
Daniel,
maybe.
get you some of that, Daniel.
Yeah, and I mean, Yeah, great race.
I think the world record was on that course too at one
Really?
time.
Okay.
Yeah, Zach Bitter I think has like a 12-hour or
Okay.
something. And I know Liza Howard, who is my coach, she
I
lives
think
in
Tunnel Hill maybe have the
It
record
is
now,
now,
right?
but
And,
at one time that was a super fast course. But
yeah.
will I go back to it? I mean, I'm just not a fan of loop courses. But anyway, that was my weekend. But anyway,
That's cool. I had a fun weekend too.
well, you and I have never really met.
Yeah.
I think we've run into each other a few times. Daniel, Chris is really, excuse my language, but he's a badass when it comes to he's the guy who's always in the front, which I'm more in the mid to the back. So you and I probably don't see each other too much. But yeah, you've kind of come onto the scene in the last 5 years or so, really started coming to a lot of mutts races.
Yeah. So I started running in 2019. So never really did any endurance. Didn't think of myself as anybody that would do endurance training or endurance running. But yeah, I mean, I fell in love with the sport, and I had a buddy call me late 2018 and just challenged me to run 1,500 miles in 2019. And of course, I was like, I don't know. I mean, I might have ran 50 miles last year total. Like, I don't know if 1,500's on the table for me, you know. But then I thought about it, and I was like, you know what? I need a challenge, and so I just started. You know, I did some. I was like, man, that's 4.1 miles a day. I remember saying that to him. I don't know if I can do that every day. And I was like, not in bad shape. Just, you know, my background was football, track, sprinter, running back, that kind of thing. And so when I ran, it was short, you know, nothing long distance. And so anyway, um, I ended up, you know, once I decided, okay, I'm going to try to do this 1,500 miles in 2019, which I was living in the Dominican Republic at the time in the mountains. And so there was a lot that I wanted to explore. So, you know, that intrigued me a little bit. And then I walked in the living room. I told my wife, I said, I'm going to run a marathon in 3 months. And she rolled her eyes at me.
She's like, yeah, whatever.
She was like, yeah, okay. And that's really what motivated me to, like, okay, I'm about to show her that I can run a marathon for 3 months.
And this was in 2019.
2019.
So 7 years ago.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, we were home visiting family in Kansas City, which is where my wife's from, and I ran the Garmin Marathon in 2019, and it was still to this day one of the toughest races I've ever done, just because I wasn't prepared for it. And I think I had an injury, so I probably really trained for 2 months, and then went and ran the marathon really hard, and I didn't know if I'd ever want to run again afterwards. Anyway, I had a few days to recover and got back into it. And then we moved back to Jackson during COVID 2020. And that's when I kind of got exposed to the trail scene. You know, made some friends, started running with Kazari, and I'm like, okay, this is awesome. Went to Urban Ultra, I think in 2021.
Mm-hmm.
When Armand set the record.
Mm-hmm.
And I just remember being so inspired, like, and it was like, it was their level of endurance was so beyond what I thought I could ever, you know, do. But I was so inspired by those guys, and intrigued, like, how do they get to that level, you know? And then, you know, over time you start, you know, just consistent with it, and then endurance kept improving. And
When was your first ultra?
that was my first ultra, I think. I mean,
So did you get the 10 laps?
I did 50 miles.
Oh, okay.
Didn't really have any goals. So I was just
Mhm.
like out there, you know, just trying to figure out what this was all about.
Mm-hmm.
Really new to the sport. And so I mean, I think I might have had a goal of 50 miles. I don't remember,
Mhm.
but it was, you know, I just didn't know what I didn't
And this
know.
was in 2021,
2021,
50 miles.
50 miles.
So,
And then I think 2022, I went back to Urban Ultra, and that's where I was like, okay, I kind of, had a couple years of training and did a few other races,
mhm.
and then went back and I did 73 miles in 2022,
Wild.
and then 2023, that's when I
So
did
now you have,
725.
so Daniel, Fondren Urban Ultra, we've talked about it a couple of times. That is in Fondren. It's a 5K loop that they do every spring. And you got 14 hours to do as many loops as you can.
Right.
Our guy, Chris, here has the record at 77 miles in 14.
12 hours.
You're tied with Armand.
Yeah,
Is that correct?
basically.
So that was one of the things I really wanted to. So Fondren Urban Ultra was my first ultra as well, 12 years ago, 12 or 13 years ago. It was the one time that it wasn't run by Mutts.
Okay.
It was run by John Brower
Yeah.
and Terry
Yeah.
Sullivan.
Okay. Yeah.
They ran it. It was a different course. It was a 4-mile course then, and it was, it was just kind of put together. And I ran. That was my first time, and I did 50 miles at that one too. And that got me, because at that time I'd run a bunch of marathons,
Mhm.
but I'd never done anything over that. So, so now you've got the record. I've been following you on Strava, and anybody follow me, you're training on that course. I saw you ran 14 at 7-minute pace or something like that. I saw that last week.
Yeah, last Saturday I did 22 on it on Saturday,
Uh-huh.
and then turn around at 14 on Sunday.
Yeah. So the 14 on Sunday at 7-minute pace, that was your second run. Okay.
Yeah.
So, wow, bro, that's just crazy.
Yeah.
I'm signed up for it this
Yeah.
year, but I don't know. The first I've ever gotten was 50 miles. I think I've done 50 twice.
Mhm.
I don't know what the approach will be this year for me. I think she'll probably have, it's 2 weeks before Cocodona. So I imagine
right.
we'll probably use the full
Yeah.
14 hours,
Mhm.
but I would like to get 100K. But for you, obviously you want to get one more lap at least.
Yeah, just coming off of 2023, knowing how my body felt, I think that it's not, that course is tough, and I know where I was weak in 2023, kind of where I fell off my pace, and so just reevaluating and understanding the energy that I had left in me, that I felt like I was like, okay, I could have, that year was really strange because we had flash flooding,
Yeah, I remember that.
and it became a ghost town out there. Like
Mhm.
it was really strong rain, and then it kind of got cool, and people were cold, and so it just kind of, and so wasn't a lot of energy on the course, and those middle miles is, I think, where you win that race of not slowing down, and as your body gets fatigued, hips get tight, stride shortens, and then just the mentality of getting to that 6-hour mark and thinking, I've got 6 more hours doing this same loop. It's mentally, I think I'm visualizing on the course when I'm out there right now of trying to stay mentally engaged in those middle miles where it kind of gets mundane.
So the last 2 years, have you just been focusing on other things?
Well, last year, early last year, I had ankle surgery in March. And so I didn't do a ton of running for the first 5 months in the latter part of 2024 because I had some injury, ankle ligament issues. And it's got to where it was constantly hurting. And I had an injury. I rolled it really bad in Chattanooga at Stump Jump back in 2023. And then I just continued to run on it. Did Pinhoti that year, had a really good Pinhoti race that year. And it's got to where it was just bothering me all the time and causing issues, and couldn't run without pain. And so went to see Dr. Burrow. He operated on me in March, and then I wasn't sure if I was going to run at all in 2025, and ended up being able to do Rebecca Mountain and Arkansas Traveler. So pretty quick turnaround there, was really intentional with my rehab, and slowly worked my way
So
back.
now you're kind of building.
I'm building.
This is an A race, I guess you would say.
Yeah, I mean, it's I love the race.
Mhm.
I love what it represents. I love that it's in our backyard,
Mhm.
and I love the competition that's coming
So
this
do you
year.
live in Fondren?
I live near JA. So,
Okay.
yeah,
I grew up in Fondren.
North Jackson.
I got you.
So, but yeah, we've lived in Fondren, but we operate pretty much in a 5-mile radius of North Jackson most of the time. So, wife works at St. Andrews. We've got kids. I got 2 at St. Andrews and 1 at Magnolia Speech School. So,
Well, I cut you off. You were saying that there were some other folks coming. We got some heavy hitters coming, or
that's what they say.
really?
That's what they say.
Okay, then.
Yeah, looking forward to it.
Questions. What's the pace for that? For what pace do you need to hold to get 80?
I am trying to dial in my comfortable pace at 8 minutes a mile for a
Okay.
long period of time.
Okay.
So I'm doing things right now to get myself prepared for that.
So we're
Incorporating some more tempo and threshold workouts, which you're not doing at all.
Nope.
Training
Nope.
for a 200.
Nope.
And so, which I got away from that. Once I got into the long distance, the 100-miler, and just kind of got away from running at faster paces. And so what I found that is that my comfortable pace, even on pavement, was slowing down a little bit. And so what I'm focusing on is getting at least 1 or 2, tempo or threshold workouts, whether it's on a track or where I'm just, and also incorporating strides and stuff like that in my training. So
Are you going to be using a heart rate? Do you try to stay in a zone, or are you just conversational pace is what you're trying to do?
Yeah, I mean, conversational, comfortable, whatever, and so when I'm doing the last weekend when I was out there back-to-back days on longer days, just trying to be comfortable, and was running with, well, Saturday I didn't have anybody join me, but I had some friends who joined me Sunday, and got it done.
Well, man, good luck. I mean, we're still got a couple months.
Yeah, 10 weeks.
Is that what it is?
I think 9 or 10 weeks. So had a great January, ran more miles in January than I did any month last year. So, and of course I'm still like, my ankle is still like, if I pull my boot off, you'd see it swollen. So it's still like, my strength is not there. I see more of that on the trail than I do on the road, but I'm still trying to gain.
Well, you're not a
strength
smaller dude either. That's one of the things. They're like, he's a bigger dude. So what else are you doing weight training or anything? Or you're not there prototypical.
Yeah.
I mean, you're not Slovic.
Yeah. No. No, I'm not.
I'm
definitely not as scrawny as him.
He's scrawny.
He's yeah.
Well, Cooper's got a little bit of mass to him too. But
Cooper does. He's respectable. Cooper is. David is not.
No.
It's hard to respect him.
Yes.
I let him pass me at Arkansas Traveler because I felt sorry for him.
Slovic? Well, that was nice.
Yeah. Yeah. Like mile 80 something.
Sure.
I was like,
Sure.
yeah, come
he
on, buddy.
appreciated that. But are you doing any kind of weight training or anything? You lift?
I don't lift a lot. I have to make myself do it, and I know how important it is. Especially the longer the distance, the more important what strength training is, and we know that. And I mean, the last 2 years, I didn't work out very much at all, like maybe a couple times a month, because I got out of the rhythm of it. I mean, I come from a football background where I was playing ball at 240. I was a big guy. Now I'm like 195, 200 any given day. But
195 running 77. Oh, you're tough, because you're definitely. I mean, think about that. Armand, he's 160 maybe. Zach, poor Zach, he's 140. And then, you know, Slovic's 110. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah,
I'm kidding.
he
no,
might be
but,
less than 100.
I'm kidding. No, but these guys, I mean, you're a bigger dude. I'm the same
Yeah,
way.
yeah.
I've always been a bigger
Yeah,
dude.
I feel comfortable.
If I'm really lean, you know, I'm like maybe 180,
Mm-hmm.
you know, but I mean, but for me, it's like I'm hovering 200 over that.
Yeah, I mean, I tell people I look at a weight and I put on muscle. So right now I have started incorporating, you know, especially my hips. I've had some hip issues. Trying to do some strengthening in my lower half. So I am trying to hit the weight room, and I'm trying to focus on hitting some heavier weight. I don't always get it in, but sometimes I can grab a kettlebell and, you know, do some lunges, put on a 20-pound vest and do some step ups outside. But trying to be consistent twice a week with some sort of strength training, because I know how important it is. I know how, as you know, those longer races, that's when strength really matters. And I think, you know, just my background in sports and being a pretty strong guy, and when I played college football, and then I coached high school sports for 7 years, and so I was lifting with the guys in the weight room. So, but when I stopped coaching, and we moved overseas, you know, it's just I hadn't been consistent in the weight room for.
But you're tough.
Over a decade.
The toughness still is there, so you can muster through the pain caves and all that because you just.
If I do the work mentally, you know, I think I've had some DNFs where I could have been tougher, but I think that was more mentally, more of my approach, and so I DNF Pinhoti in 2024, and I think a lot of that wasn't. I mean, you know, I think I did Lake Martin.
I've done that one too.
Did Lake Martin 2023. Had a great day. I think I finished third. My first 100.
Was that your first 100?
23 hours, and then I turned around and did Pinhoti the same year.
Oh, well, that's a little bit of that's 10 months or 9 months.
And was had just an incredible last 50 miles where, I mean, I was in 10th, worked my way up to second, 20-hour finish. And so I had in my mind what 100 was supposed to be. And so when I went back to Pinhoti in 2024, I'm thinking, you know, this day is going to be an epic day. So I had this visualization of what the day was supposed to be like, because my first 200s were like that. And also just, I think naturally, whether it's pride or whatever, but I had this idea that it would get easier. And that's a lie. You know, 100 is never going to be easy. And so I'm like, you know, you do something once, you do something twice, you know, you've got this other, you start building a resume, you do things multiple times, and you're thinking this should get easier. And I just don't think that's what endurance sports is. And I think that's also the beauty of it. And so this visualization of like what 100 is supposed to be like for me, and then also this idea that it should get easier, that was in my mind. And so I had to rethink my psychology when it comes to my approach in the ultra world, and especially the 100-mile distance and 12-hour loops and stuff like that, you know. So I've done some mental work, but yeah, I try to be tough, but also you just gotta continue to learn, you know, from your experiences. And so,
well, you're still pretty young in this sport too. So
yeah, hopefully I've got another decade.
Did you say you're 38?
I'll be 38 in March.
Well, I'm 53, so you've got time, and you just take care of yourself. So, well, man, you know, it's been interesting. It's a lot of you guys have popped on the scene, and it's been awesome to kind of see.
Isn't that really cool?
Wow. It was wild. For a long time, there was just a few guys that were doing it, and now it's like everybody's
growing. There's a boom, you know, right now.
I mean, we were in Huntsville, Texas, nothing there. There were 700-800 people out there.
Wow.
And you're in the middle of nowhere doing a crappy 20-mile loop,
Mhm.
not looking at anything special, and all these people were there. And it's
Yeah.
like, what's going on? What's the appeal of this thing? And just people just showing up, and
Yeah.
we've talked about it. It's just the humanity of it, and
Yeah.
just people want to see other people rally.
Yeah.
And all. It's exhilarating.
Yeah,
to
I mean, I think what
watch.
we see a lot of times on social media, we see those mountaintop experiences. We
Mhm.
see the finish line experience, and it's like,
Yeah.
which is hard to explain to people who
Sure.
have never experienced, enduring something and accomplishing something that's as difficult as 100-mile race or whatever. Um, and people are attracted to that, but
Mhm.
also, that's not an easy road, and a lot of people don't want to put in the work that's required to experience that,
Mhm.
of years of training and discipline and consistency and getting out the door. And like, it's not just to show up, pull your bootstraps and finish a 100-miler and post it on social media. Like it's the process of getting there that I think keep people away. But at the same time, people are kind of gravitating towards it.
Well, it's fascinating, just your journey, but it's also you got a lot of things going on. I didn't realize. I mean, I know you're a husband and father. Would you say 3? You're
Currently have 3.
pretty young. You currently?
Currently,
Okay, all right.
we're in the adoption process.
Oh,
So
man.
we have our 3rd home study next Tuesday.
Really?
And so so we're gonna
So, are any of your 3 adopted, or
no
you just? Man, I just got chill bumps
Yeah.
because I'll be honest with you, Chris, that is so awesome.
yeah, man, we're thrilled about it. It's something that Jordan, my wife, and we've talked about before marriage. Even it's kind of been something that we've always wanted to do, is provide a home for a child that doesn't have a family. And so
I can't thank you enough and just show my appreciation. I'm not. I mean, I my experience is I've got some of my really close friends are adopted.
I'm adopted.
Are you really?
Yep.
I mean, I wish I mean, I think I'm too old at this point, but if I could afford it, I guess if everybody thinks they can afford it, they'd never do it. It's not about that.
It's not about that. You can't think about the dollar sign.
I
'Cause
get,
it's
I get it. I get it. And maybe if I could afford more time,
Mhm.
I think maybe is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Financially, I could make it work, but
And people want to
and
be. I mean,
Brooke and
like-
I have talked about that. And like I've always said, I'd like to. I've got 3 kids myself, and the idea of adopting, and I would love that because I know there's a need for it. So,
Mhm.
man, Brooke's always said she'd like to foster. I don't know if I'm built for that
Yeah.
because
They're both incredibly difficult and challenging.
that would be very difficult for me.
Yeah. So
Well, man, congrats. I really hope, and from everything I've heard about you, is that, you seem like you'd be just a great at that. Because I didn't realize that you were a pastor at Fondren Church.
Yep. Missions pastor.
Somebody had told me you were in real estate and
Yeah. I do a little real estate, and working for the church is my passion.
Okay.
It's what I love to do, and Jordan and I have done mission work together since we got married, and been at Fondren Church for almost 6 years now.
really.
And started in student ministry when we came back from Dominican Republic because of COVID, and we had to come home where we were doing mission work overseas. Our church, Fondren Church, is who sent us to the island, and we were able to return and land softly
Mhm.
there. When I needed a job, they needed a student pastor, and so I stepped in that role, and then I've been in the missions role for almost 2 years now, and love it. But also, my wife's a teacher, I'm a pastor, and it's expensive to be in Jackson and
Sure.
to adopt.
Did you
and
grow
all.
up here?
I grew up in Vicksburg.
Oh, okay.
So yeah,
I grew up down the hill from Fondren Church, right down the road.
Okay, really?
Well, they called it Woodland Hills.
Yeah.
It wasn't
Yeah,
called
yeah. Oh,
Fondren
yeah.
back then.
yeah, I've run that hill around Woodland Hills many a time.
Get you some of that.
Yeah, yeah, it's a good one.
That's
a lot of repeats
well,
on that one.
The first Fondren Urban Ultra, we did cross the street.
Oh,
there,
really?
And we went up and down Glenway.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
yeah. But because of liability, they had to keep it on one side of the road.
Makes sense.
Well, yeah. If you would have been at that first one, you'd been like, yeah, this is
That climb still at the end, it's still it gets you.
Yeah, it's
that,
tough.
That last
tough.
climb up to the church parking lot. But yeah, I dabble in all kinds of stuff, and
You're also
Jackson
Run Club.
Jackson Trail Club.
Trail Club.
Yeah, there is a run club, and I love Timothy too.
Mm-hmm.
It does a great job with that. But yeah, we started Trail Club, and we meet every Thursday at 6 p.m. at Fertile Ground. Rain, we've canceled once because of tornadoes, but in the last 3 years that we've met every Thursday at 6
So the
p.m.
Jackson Trail Club, you guys have a Facebook page, or is it
We have an
just
Instagram.
An Instagram.
Yeah, we're not great at social media,
Sure.
but on our social media page or on Instagram page, it says every Thursday 6 p.m. So, and then we do the Belhaven Hills Classic race in partnership with Belhaven Mountain Bike Trails. And so that's a great event that supports the trail development,
Mhm.
So that's usually on Oktoberfest.
Yeah.
Um,
I had Dallas Ketchum in here.
yeah,
I thought about bringing him in.
yeah,
I
Yeah.
figured you want a chance to talk some.
yeah.
That guy, let me
Yeah.
tell you, that was the easiest podcast I've ever done.
Yeah, Dallas is great.
I do like Dallas. He's a trip,
Mhm.
dude. Him and I can talk a lot.
Yeah.
And him and I is like,
Yeah.
it was, but yeah,
Yeah,
he's a good
we
guy.
get some runs in, and no, it's been a great thing to do for Belhaven and
Mhm.
the community. Yeah, we've had a great. Every year we've increased numbers, and we try to make it better. And
How many years have you had the classic?
we've done it 3 years now.
Really?
Mhm.
I've never done it.
Yeah, and we added the 16K road to trail that incorporates both a route on the Fleurs golf course,
Yeah.
and then comes out and then incorporates several miles on the Belhaven mountain bike trails.
Oh,
And
that's
so
pretty cool.
I think it's a very fun course,
Mhm.
something in our city. And
Well, that whole Fertile Ground, that little strip right
man.
there, that is
it's the best. Yeah, it's such a good venue for that
Yeah.
race, because as soon as the race ends,
Mm-hmm.
that's when Oktoberfest. So you can hang. You can hang all day.
All day.
And then like they start doing the Stein holding. And
Yeah.
We've got the beer run there as well.
So when you guys meet on Thursdays at 6,
Mm-hmm.
everybody, how far do you guys go?
We've got.
Is there a set route or just a
There
time?
is a route, and it's an out and back to the
Mm-hmm.
museum trail and back. And that's a 3.1 mile if you just want to stick to the course.
Yeah.
Really easy to follow. Not a lot of turns. Just go straight to the museum trail. Get on the
Mhm.
museum trail. Probably have 3/4 of a mile on that, and then turn around right after the bridge and come back the way you came. But we've got guys. A lot of guys run before, or
Yeah.
they'll run a little bit more after. There's a form. If you can just keep running down the museum trail, and so
Mhm.
there's a handful of guys that every week they go out to the 4 mile mark, and or the 2 mile, turn around and come
Yeah.
back. So
How many people are you guys?
It's different every week.
Mhm.
We can have we'll have 5 sometimes.
Mhm.
We'll have 30 sometimes.
I bet when the spring comes and you're
Yeah.
gonna start really.
I actually told my wife, I said the other day that we've really had more consistency as the time has changed and the cooler months. We've probably been averaging 10 to 15, over the last month or so, which has
Yeah.
been really nice to
And then
have.
everybody just hangs out and goes and gets beers or
Yeah,
pizza.
after the race, there's obviously options for food.
Yeah.
Typically, a lot of people will grab a beer from Fertile Ground
Yeah.
and just hang out, and it's really become a really cool.
Daniel, have you had
opportunity.
Poppy's pies?
Oh my gosh,
I've heard.
Bro.
I've heard all sorts of stuff.
Bro.
Legit. It just. It's ruined me
It is
because it's like
I love
nothing
it.
else compares.
it is the best pizza in Mississippi.
Shut up.
I'm not kidding you.
Shut up.
It is. We had terrible pizza.
Well, we have some good pizza.
Not
Sal
really.
and Mookie's,
No,
if they're on
No,
it, they can.
No.
What are you talking about?
Poppy, listen to me. The Detroit style pan pizza,
Like
that they have-
Pizzeria Uno?
Oh, it's way better than that.
Shut up. Shut up.
It's really bad. But they have
you got to go, man.
They do three. They do a New
jeez.
York style, which is
Oh.
really really well done. They do a Detroit style
Is
pan.
it
And then they do it-
imitation
and
or
it-
is it
it's-
real?
It's legit. It's all legit, and they make it from scratch. Everything very, very good. But anyway,
Very good.
It's a great place. to
You
go.
got great options. Rowan's is a great spot now. Have you been to Rowan's?
Yeah, Brooke and I, my wife, we went
Yeah.
and had plate lunch there.
Very
one day.
cool. Just a dive bar,
And then
Bob,
Elvies.
Elvies. If you want the best wings,
Yeah,
Wing Mouth.
that little shack thing right there.
Wing Mouth has
Yeah.
excellent tenders and wings.
Yeah,
I mean,
there's a lot of good places
Yeah,
right there.
so-
But yeah, it's cool. So you guys are meeting up every Thursday at 6.
Yep.
I got to get over. I live in Gluckstadt now,
Yeah.
so I'm like so disconnected
Yeah, you should
from
go, man.
everything. Yeah, I need
It's
to
a
get over
fun.
there.
I mean, we have some regulars that come every week, and then we'll have new people all the time come, and it's just a great time with to meet some people. And
Are you guys having any group runs or anything on the weekends? I know like PK is always running. Peter Gazzari's running a lot. He does a lot of his train runs over there. But are you guys like doing anything on the weekends or anything?
not like through the run club?
Mm-hmm.
There's several options on the weekends. Over Everything is kind of new to the scene.
Mhm.
Brock Kelly, he's doing a group run Saturdays. From Native, I think they start at 7 a.m. I think. Timothy has Jackson Run Club that meets on Sundays over at the district. And so there's those options. You know, when I'm doing usually I'm trying to do a long run,
Mhm.
you know, on the weekend, especially if I'm training for something. But there's several groups that I'm in with runners, and, you know, word gets out, hey, I'm going
Yeah.
to be at the Yacht, or I'm going to be here or
Sure.
there. And Jake Russell's always game to. I mean, the other one we were planning a run a couple weekends ago on a Saturday on the golf course, and I ended up having a buddy ask me to take him to the airport at 3:30 in the morning, which I said I would. And then I text Jake. I was like, "Hey man, I've got to be up. I'm just gonna start running as soon as I'm done. We're gonna meet at like 7 and do, you know, our 18 miles or whatever." And Jake's always down. Like, he's like, "All right, I guess we're running with lights."
Oh wow.
So we got it done, and we'd run whatever it was, 18 miles. Went back to my house. I cooked breakfast. We saunaed all before like 9:30.
You got a sauna at the house?
I've got that. They call it a.
Is that Costco thing?
the
The
tent-
zip up?
It's called a tent sauna.
I've seen them.
But it's got a wood burning stove.
Oh, really?
Inside of it, so it's not like the
Okay.
whatever. It's got a real stove inside of it.
Okay. Not an infrared.
Not an infrared.
Yeah.
Not a moisture.
Yeah,
sauna. Whatever it is, but it's got a wood burning stove inside of it. Chimney that goes out
Oh,
to
okay.
exhaust the smoke.
Very nice.
And like if I can have it at 2:05 in 20 minutes.
Oh, nice.
And it is.
I've been
Yeah.
trying to sauna a little bit.
You can
lately.
bake yourself. Like
Yeah,
a chicken.
Yeah. Well, all right. So the Jackson Trail Club. Yeah, that's cool that you guys threw that together.
Yeah, it's been fun. And just another thing. I mean, you know, another way to get people out and moving and engage community. And it's been a lot of relationships started from that. And
You're a busy guy.
sometimes too busy.
Well, I was in Lululemon, Daniel.
Okay, this is a turn.
Brooke, no,
Go
I'm
on.
not, no, I'm going.
This is fun.
I'm in Lululemon shopping. you
First of
know,
all,
and I
that's
look up,
cute.
I look up at the wall, and our boy Chris here is an ambassador. His pictures all over the wall.
Shut up.
He is. How long have you been an ambassador?
I've been working with Lululemon for like 4 years.
Do they sell
Really?
men's stuff?
Oh, Daniel.
Bro.
Daniel.
I don't know anything. I'm so
Are you
out of touch.
serious?
Yeah, I don't know. Do they?
No, I buy a lot of
thought
stuff.
it was
from
only
Lululemon.
women's
No,
stuff.
no.
Oh, man.
It's
Tells
a
you how
lot
out of touch I
lot of
am.
men's stuff. A
Yeah,
lot of
man.
men's stuff.
Yeah.
So I didn't know you'd been with them that long.
Yeah, I mean, I think officially 3 years, but I was
Really?
officially with them for 3 years.
So Terry Sullivan, I don't know if you know
Yeah,
Terry
I
or
know
not. Yeah, he was like when they first did the pop-up store in Fondren, he was an ambassador
Yeah.
for them. And then actually probably 10 years ago, they asked me to be like on a panel.
Yeah.
Like focus group.
Mhm.
So I wasn't an ambassador, but I was like on a focus group for a while. And where this is when they started introducing a lot of the running stuff.
Mhm.
And I remember they asked me to bring somebody, and I brought Jennifer Cecil.
Yeah.
To it.
She was an ambassador for a while, right?
She ended up being an ambassador for a while.
Yeah.
And a lot of stuff.
What exactly? Stupid question alert. What exactly is an ambassador for?
Good question for
Lululemon?
Chris.
Yeah. So basically, and I may not do this justice, but you know, every Lululemon store has their ambassadors, and I think every store can have up to 3 ambassadors. And so they are looking for people in the community to be an ambassador that are, you know, doing community engagement. You've got to either lead, you either have to coach or have some type of, you do some sort of training. So you've got to be active in the community. They're looking for alignment with what they're doing as far as their, you know, core values. And I've learned to really appreciate the company a lot. They've been incredibly supportive of what we do. They help a lot with the race, the Hoving Hills Classic. They provide us with, you know, awards and all sorts of things. Volunteers. They're just, I mean, it's been a really,
That's awesome.
really great
A lot of
partnership.
times, usually, Daniel, they'll have like an ambassador for tennis. So Lululemon's really big into tennis gear for ladies. And CrossFit, they'll usually have an ambassador or so for CrossFit, and then like maybe yoga. Scott Brady, I think, was an ambassador. Maybe, I don't know. I could be making that up. I don't know, but usually running.
Yeah.
They'll have somebody there, and
they're really, you know, I think over the last decade, especially the last 5 years, I think they've really tried to listen to the running community to create, you know, apparel, gear, now shoes, that meet runners' needs, and so they're trying to be relevant.
The only beef I have, though, is that I wish they would carry more of the fast and free short.
That's my favorite short too.
They don't carry them.
They don't carry them.
You're an ambassador. That's my 2 cents.
I've voiced that as well.
It's a pretty legit short because the pace breaker's too heavy. You can't really run in that.
The pace breaker's incredibly comfortable.
They are. That's my CrossFit short.
But you got them on now.
Are these pace breakers?
They look like it,
I guess.
But yeah, the fast and free is my race short.
Yes,
for sure.
All right. Well, I mean, yeah, dude. Thanks for everything that you're doing. Yeah, and it's pretty cool to sit down. I don't know how long we've been talking. We haven't been talking.
I have no idea.
Father of 3, soon to be 4. Busy husband. Obviously, you with the real estate, and then all the work that you're doing with Fondren. You know, the balance is another thing that we don't really talk about. A lot.
Yeah, I mean,
how's your wife? She's super supportive. She hasn't gotten to the point where it's like, okay, now what are you planning on doing next?
Yeah, no, she's incredibly supportive, and she knows how much it means to me.
Is she a runner?
She'll run some. She's not.
She's not signing up for
like
anything.
I am.
Okay, I got it.
But she's done you know, Frosted 15, which is coming up this weekend.
Are you in that?
I'm in it. Okay. Yeah, we'll see. I'm gonna try to show up with some springy legs, but I'm also not gonna be training for the ultra.
Yeah.
So, and we've got some stout competition there
for the Frosty. Well, the course is going to be a little odd this year because I think they've got a couple bridges that are out.
Is that bridge still not going to be
the one that they put the concrete barriers down, right? Or the concrete, but they hadn't put the planks down.
Okay, so we're going to go around.
I guess. But then maybe a mile from the other, from the other end, from 43, they just took a whole bridge out. Have you been out there?
I haven't been out there in the last couple of weeks.
I don't know what they're doing there, dude. I mean, you're not getting. I mean, you got to go through the ditch.
See, I was expecting it to be a little faster this year.
Nope.
But maybe not.
Well, we were out there a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
I had to do a 50K out there. That was so terrible.
Just go
twice.
Twice.
It was terrible. But PK was out there with us. It was me, Josh, Ben, and PK. And I told PK, I'm like, yeah, dude, you're not getting a course record this year. I don't think. I mean, watch him, he might. Anyway, so she's run the Frosty. So she gets out there a little bit. My wife hates running.
Yeah.
Hates it. She tried. I've been running, I don't know, 20 something years. And at first she was like, she did the couch 5K pro. She can't, she's got to be doing different things. And so running, as you know, you got to be able to just stay in that. She doesn't like that because she's thinking about too much and she can't do the same thing for very long. She likes CrossFit because, you're constantly varying the movements or whatnot.
Right.
But yeah, running, no.
Yeah.
But yeah, Brooke's been very supportive and I'm glad. What's your wife's name?
Jordan.
Jordan. Very supportive.
Yeah.
Now she might not be whenever you go to sign up for Cocodona next year.
Yeah.
She might be like, Chris.
I've had several conversations like.
Have you?
I think I want to do a 200. So
Well,
we'll see. But yeah, when I sign up for something, I want to be able to put the time in. I want to be at the best shape I could possibly be in, and so I think pretty hard. I mean, I haven't gotten past the Urban Ultra this year, so I know I'm Frosty 15. I know I'm Urban Ultra. But I haven't got past that, and I've got some races I'm looking at. But it's like I just want to make sure that I'm going into every race and have the time, the capacity, and can commit.
I wonder how many times you're going to lap me.
I don't know. I mean,
You'll probably lap me about 4 times.
Depends on how fast these other
I'm going to
guys are
shoot for
going
100K.
out.
It ain't going to happen. But I'm going to be out there 14 hours, so I'll probably get 50 to 60. I don't know what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I hope you get it, man. I really do.
Yeah, we're going. I mean, it's
But it's a lot of it depends on the weather, man.
It depends on the weather. There's no guarantee in the sport, and so I think that whether I get it, whether I don't get it, I'm gonna have fun doing it.
Well, you trained for it, and that's a lot of it.
Yeah, and I can say I did what I could,
Mm-hmm.
and if it's not my day, it's not my day. I think a lot of us can get caught up in the identity as a runner, and it's just that's when these races, when you don't perform or whatever, it really just gets you down. And so try to have the right mindset and do the mental work that's so important to go into it feeling strong and leave it all out there.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I hope you do well. I really do. One year we did it. I did 50 miles one year, and they had to postpone it for an hour because of tornado.
Yeah.
No, tornado
yeah.
flew over.
Yeah, that was before my time, but I've heard stories.
We ran a lap.
Did y'all gather in the breezeway?
Yep. No. They let us inside.
Okay.
So we're in there, and Peter Davis playing the piano. We had to wait for an hour, and then they were like, "Okay, get back out." And so it was an hour less. I always say I could have done 100K that year.
So was the race extended an hour? Or
Nope.
Did they? Okay. So it was still. So you had 11 hours instead of 12.
Well, is it a 14-hour race?
12.
Is it only 12?
12 hours.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Are you right? Are you
Mhm.
sure?
100%.
What's 14? That's Big Butts is 14.
I don't know. I
Have you
refuse to run big butts.
have you not done
100K. I've done the 50K.
Well, let's get through Fondren, and then we'll goad you into doing that.
Yeah, it's as you know,
That's where that extra 20 pounds is going to get you right there,
the
dude.
bigger body. I run hotter. My engine just runs hotter,
dude.
and I know that. And
Ooh.
so I've never run big butts,
It's
and
awful.
even trying to take it easy.
Mhm.
I've never run big butts without getting sick.
So you don't care about the Ultra Dog?
I do. I want it, but I just don't know if I can. I don't know if I could.
Well, you only have to go 60, 62.
Yeah.
And then just call it. You're not going to do 80.
And it gets so hot.
And they give you an extra 2 hours.
One day
so
we-
Fondren
one-
is only 12 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah. The year we did it, they only gave us whatever, dude. It was 11 hours. That was it. And because
Yeah.
I think whatever. But
Yeah, so.
well, I'm super stoked for you, and I'm super happy, man, that you're just drinking the Kool-Aid out of a fire hose at this point.
Yeah,
which is
man.
so fun to watch. All you guys.
No, it's-
Jake came in here, and I didn't even know who he was.
Nobody knew who he was, and I think I'm the
And
only
he's-
one I'm the only one that thought he could do
Uh-huh.
what he could do.
And I was joking with him. I'm like, so what, you gonna get the tattoo? And thinking
Oh,
that
we got it.
he got one.
We both got it.
Did you really? So
Yeah.
full disclosure, I'm the first guy to get the Pinhoti tattoo.
Okay.
Locally. So I'm the
You're the
trendsetter.
OG.
I I went one year and I DNF'd to like at Pinnacle mile 75, and I went back the next year and got it. So I got the tattoo.
Yeah.
But all you guys are getting tattoos.
Yeah, I got it. I mean, I ran the race in 2023 and then went with Jake and got it.
Who did Iron Mike do it?
Yeah.
Did he really? He did
Mike,
mine.
yeah.
That's
Uh-huh.
But you've got a bunch of tattoos.
I do.
I've
got them all over me.
How long you been doing that?
My first one was 18.
Oh, okay. See, I waited until I was like 40.
Been getting them ever since.
I waited until I was like 40, and then I just started. Now I've got a problem, Chris.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, I'm 53 and I'm getting tattoos.
Hey.
Whatever. Brooke's mom's like, those are gonna fade.
Let them fade.
Yeah. So where are you getting all your tattoos? Are you just
man?
You got a bunch of them.
I've gotten them all. I mean, Electric Daggers in a ton of them. I've gotten 2 in the Dominican Republic. I've got a lion and lamb and a dove and an empty tomb on my right arm. I've got a wolf going down my left leg. Both of those were done in the DR. Had a buddy at a buddy's house tattooed my chest on a kitchen table.
That sounds like a cover up waiting to happen. It's okay.
Yeah, I know, right? It turned out all right. He did a good job on it, but it was the most miserable. I mean, just being on that coffee table for 5.5, 6 hours.
That sounds very sanitary.
And we started at like 11 p.m. So I'm like, well,
so like the first few had like deep meaning and all this,
yeah,
and now it's like, oh, that looks cool.
Yeah,
Sure.
Yeah. I think I've done some of that. I mean, a lot of my tattoos do have meaning and significance, and I can talk about.
Well, you
those.
run out of meaning and significance,
and then
after a while.
one day I walk in and let your dagger, and I'm like, I put a coin in the get what you get, and whatever came out, I got.
Oh, that's awesome.
Which is a skull wearing a top hat, smoking a cigar.
There it is.
So you know.
Josh Warren did want me to ask you do you run faster with all the tattoos? I think that must be an inside joke or something. You wanted me
it
to
might
ask.
have some mental toughness.
Doesn't help me.
Probably not.
No.
But,
I've gotten slower since I started getting all these tattoos. But also it's a lot of the age. But you're right in the wheelhouse. 38.
Yeah.
I think that was probably when I was my fastest.
Yeah.
Right around then. But I don't know. Just you'll slow down, but
yeah.
Take advantage of it, man. I mean, you're running really solid, and I think it's awesome that you're focusing all that.
Yeah, I mean, it's been life changing. I mean, really, it has. Running has changed my life. It's changed my friend circles and added so much, good things to my life, and so, it's been a really cool experience, and to see it grow in Jackson has been, and being a part of that, growth is really cool. So,
well, speaking further down the pipe, we're not going to think too much past Fondren because that's the A race. But what do you got any? What are you thinking next year?
Yeah, I mean, I've got it. I mean, I'm as several of us are trying to get into Western States.
Yeah, good luck with that.
I've got to do a qualifier.
Yeah.
To get my ticket in this year.
How many tickets you got?
I've completed 2 qualifiers.
So what does that mean? You got like 4?
Yeah, I guess if they multiply,
8
somehow they multiply. So
yeah.
I guess 4, maybe this year will be 8. I don't know.
Yeah, I think something like that.
But yeah, so but you've got to put in every year for them to multiply. So you got to complete 100. So I mean, there's a lot of guys thinking they're going to go do no business 100, which I don't know anything about.
I've heard of it. There's so many of them now.
Yeah,
and some of them are just stupid.
Yeah,
like what are we doing?
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. I mean, I might jump in that. I might go back to Pinhoti. Or I might go out west. I mean, I had a buddy. We spent the weekend in Bentonville, Bella Vista, Arkansas, and went with 3 buddies: Tim Boudreau, Bradley Adair, and Doug Price. And we stayed at this really cool house that's been converted into a hotel.
That's the mountain bike capital of the world, right there.
So we were surrounded by trails, had a sauna, had a cold plunge, and we spent the weekend running and just hanging.
That's cool.
Really cool bro time. Yeah, they were Bradley was talking about doing Cascades I've got my eye on Hood 100. I've done Mount Hood 50. Got a buddy living in Bend, so I've got a couch to crash on.
I think you would do really well in the mountain, just because of I think the mountain race. I think your strength.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
I think
I do find
I think
myself
the climbing
moving pretty good.
I think the climbing. I think you would be pretty good at it, especially if you trained like with some vert training.
Mm-hmm.
I think that coupled with just your cardio.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I think you do real well.
Yeah.
Like you at Leadville. Oof.
I've found that I do think that's one of my strengths is climbing late in races.
That's my only strength. I'm slow as well.
Yeah. So I can get up. I can get up them. But like, you know, when I went and did Mount Hood 50,
Yeah.
Which is, I mean, there are some climbs. It's all concentrated, and there's I want to say 6,000 feet over 50 miles. I did Blood Rock late last year.
How was that?
I loved it.
Did you?
Yeah, I really did. Yeah, I loved it. It was.
Well, you've done Stump Jump.
Well, I did part of Stump Jump.
Have you done Mount Mist?
Never done Mount Mist.
That's a fun one too. Those are tough 50K.
Blood Rock, I loved because it was like, you know, when you were climbing,
Yeah.
and then as soon as you were done climbing, you were running, and so you just it was just, I mean, and it was, you know, there were no switchbacks, so you're just trying to get up this massive hill.
I think, I tell you, you need to look at Wasatch.
Okay.
Wasatch 100 would be one that I think it's so much climbing. It's really not running. You're just climbing or you're going down. Yeah.
That's like
It's just brutal.
not Georgia Jewel, but
The Death Race,
not the Death Race,
or the other one that everybody's
Jewel.
the Cruel Jewel that's coming up.
31,000 feet
yeah,
or
that's
whatever.
Stupid. But you know, if I'm going to do that, I'm not going to Georgia.
Yeah.
I want to go out west
Yeah.
where I could see some other cool stuff.
Yeah.
That's just me personally. I mean, I know it's a great race and the people running are great, and there's a lot East Coast stuff and all that, but I don't know.
Yeah, the trails in the West Coast are different.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, the single track.
Mm-hmm.
I like Pinhoti. I've been there a bunch, but yeah, I'm not. You know.
Yeah.
It runs
that trail beats you.
It runs together. Like, you know, we were talking about the Southern States 200. I'm like, no. I mean, that's just that being on that same trail for that long is just so. But anyway, but
the guy that won that was at Blood Rock.
What was he?
The guy that's won it the last 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
He ran the Blood Rock race with me.
That's cool.
I don't remember his name, but I just remember seeing that he was there.
Well, man, I'm super excited to be following you. And I'm really glad we met.
Yeah.
And I hope that we can continue to kind of, you know, follow up. I don't know if I'll be training with you any.
Come on.
No,
No, man. No.
Maybe on a Thursday night I'll show up.
Come
I'm
on.
sure I can hang in for three or 4 miles.
Every pace, man, it doesn't matter. I mean,
well, man,
it's like anybody else. You've got to have. I mean, part of my recovery is active, slower miles. You know, so I can't. You know, it's just it doesn't have. I mean, I want to be able to spend time with people more than. You know, I'll get my training in. Yeah, I'll get that in.
Real quick, Daniel, before we start wrapping it up, we do have a recommends section.
Yeah.
And I do want to ask. I mean, I try to close out these things with the recommend. Do you have anything you want to recommend to the listeners?
Man, I started listening to the Running Strength podcast recently.
Mm-hmm.
You heard of that? I think it's Jason Fitzgerald. Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe.
No, Daniel wouldn't know. Don't know.
Yeah.
You said strength and running.
The Strength Running podcast.
The strength running.
Oh
podcast.
yeah, that's my favorite.
No,
one.
Daniel's never heard of it.
Have you heard of it?
No. Jason Fitzgerald.
I think that's his name.
Okay.
Fitzgerald, I know, is his last name. But anyway, yeah. I mean,
I need to check that.
They are. I've listened to 4 episodes, so not a ton. He's got, I want to say he's got almost 300 episodes.
Really?
So he's either been doing it a long time or he's just putting them out. But every one that I've looked at or listened to recently, they're leaders in thinking about running, like whether it's nutrition or strength or recovery, or the psychological game of it, like the people he brings on are fascinating, and they're leading the way in thinking about some of this stuff, and some of the stuff I heard on the 3 or 4 podcasts that I've listened to so far.
It's amazing
Very
how this
helpful.
stuff's evolving. People are getting involved. My recommend is another podcast, and it's Trail Runner Nation.
Yeah.
This is like episode 767. I don't think we're ever going to get to 767, Daniel, but this one.
Not with that attitude,
No,
you're
it's-
not.
Bro, I don't know if I can. How many? Anyway, Trail Runner Nation, very popular. I guess this was the OG of podcasts. But they have a, what is that?
That's it.
Okay.
It
all right.
is Jason Fitzgerald.
Jason Fitzgerald. Trail Runner Nation has an episode, Duct Tape is Dead.
Duct tape is good.
It
Yeah.
talks about foot care. They have a specialist on there, and she's done Western states foot care for 20 years. And she talks about the mistakes that everybody makes. Do you have issues with feet? You get done so quick. You're not.
We talking about Feet Finder? Or we talking?
No,
Gotcha.
No.
I have a slightly wide foot,
Uh-huh.
and so yeah, I mean,
You dealing
I don't
with
deal with
blister
I don't
issues
deal
or
with a ton
anything?
of blisters
Well.
ever, but I do deal with. I mean,
Well,
if
it's-
I pull my
it-
boot off right now, you think I'd have gangrene on.
Yeah,
my
I'm the same way.
toenails.
I don't wear flip flops very often. Well, this episode's fantastic. It's 767. Duct Tape is Dead. Trail Runner Nation. It's fantastic. It talks about really the approach that everybody needs to take when dealing with foot care, because that's the number one thing that really hinders people at these hundreds.
Yeah.
Josh, he had foot issues, and we had to readjust, and that probably took 30 minutes from him.
Yeah.
And then
long time.
it takes valuable time from people, but then also it can DNF people in a
Yeah.
heartbeat. So it's a great episode.
Yeah.
Trail Runner Nation 767. I forget the lady's name, but it's called Duct Tape is Dead. So I recommend that. We do have a song of the week that we try to do. We would play it, but the trademark monster got us. We don't want to get canceled. But this past weekend driving back, Ben, you know Ben? Ben
Yeah.
McDonald?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Well, I got stuck listening to Fish the whole way back.
Okay.
It's not gonna be a Fish song. I'm not a Fish fan. But anyway, we were just talking about different music and whatnot. But there's a band that my son turned me on to called Turnstile.
Okay.
And
Well, I've
are you
heard of 'em.
familiar with them, Daniel? Turnstile? It's a hardcore band, but they've crossed over, and they're really pretty good. But anyway, they got a song. They got an album that's been out for several months, but the song is Never Enough, and I just thought that was appropriate. Since,
Never
you know,
enough.
Never Enough. It's a great song.
I'll listen to it on my way home.
You need to. If you got kids in the car listening to this too, crank it up because
Yeah.
your kids will love it. It's
Awesome.
it's clean. It's hardcore, but it's crossed over. It's to mainstream. It's really good. Never Enough by Turnstile. Chris, man, it was really nice to meet
Yeah,
you.
man. Thank you.
I mean, I think we've bumped into each
Yeah.
other, but but yeah, it's really nice to meet you. And again, good luck. And don't lap me too many times. Well, lap me as many times as you can at Fondren. I'm sure you will. But you're going for the record, and everybody's rooting for you.
I'll make
And,
sure to tap you on the
yeah,
rear end when I'm coming back.
that's it. So anyway, it's nice to meet you, brother.
Yeah,
and
brother.
good luck with everything.
Well, thank you for having me.
Yeah, man.
It's been
Thanks.
fun.